Imagine you went on a vacation to Miami Beach or Santa Monica with your loved ones. There, you had a great conversation with a new couple, and one day they invited you to their house. But after arriving at their home, you began having experiences that you could neither stop nor tell anyone about. Today's strange story will not only force you to question yourself, but will test your endurance at every moment. I am talking about the Danish movie Speak No Evil. John, Louise, and their only daughter Agnes have come to Italy from Denmark for a vacation. While having fun at the swimming pool, a stranger named Patrick asks them for an extra chair, and John gives it to him, even though that chair belonged to Agnes. In the evening, while having dinner together, Patrick behaves in a friendly manner and introduces himself to everyone. He quickly bonds with everyone and seems to enjoy their company. At night, John notices someone watching them from outside their room, but they move away instantly. In the morning, when they go out sightseeing, Agnes loses her favorite doll, Ninus, and John goes to find it. Perhaps it was lost somewhere on the road. After searching for a while, he finds the doll and comes back to see that Patrick has joined them. They're a couple traveling around Italy, originally from the northern region, with their son Abel. During the introduction, Abel is seen remaining silent. Patrick says he is afraid of new people, so he doesn't talk much. As their acquaintance grows, they go to lunch together. When the food arrives, Abel starts eating as if he hasn't eaten in a long time. Patrick is a doctor by profession, and Karen is a housewife. Because of their cheerful nature, a good friendship forms between the two families. After that, a few months pass. One day during the summer holidays, Patrick invites John's family to their house in Tuscany for a week. Since Louise said she likes traveling to quiet, secluded places away from the hustle and bustle, they agree to the proposal. Finally, they set out with the car. After an 8-hour-long drive, they reach the destination, and Patrick welcomes them with his family. Their house is in a beautiful spot inside the forest. The environment is such that anyone would like it at first glance. However, since the house is small and congested, they add just the sleeping arrangements. For Agnes, they make a small bed in Abel's room. At night, Patrick makes grilled chicken with his own hands. Despite Louise being a vegetarian, Patrick offers her the first bite. He keeps forcing her to eat it and won't take no for an answer. After hesitating many times, Louise is finally forced to taste it. After the meal, when John goes to throw away the scraps, he sees Abel standing alone. The child seems to want to say something. As he looks at John and opens his mouth, John is startled because Abel has no tongue. But before he can say anything, Patrick calls Abel, and he goes to sleep. When asked about this, Patrick says Abel has suffered from congenital aglossia since birth. Due to this disease, a tongue never forms or it remains very small. The next day, they go to a nearby place to visit. There, on a sliding ride, Abel stubbornly sat at the bottom. Agnes and even Louise asked him to move, but he didn't. So Patrick rudely grabs him by the neck and moves him, which surprises them both. Since the situation felt uncomfortable, Louise brings up the idea of going back home. However, before she can say much, Karen arrives, so she keeps quiet. Karen is taking them to a restaurant for dinner tonight. At night, while everyone is getting ready to go out, Patrick suddenly calls a babysitter named Muhajid, because they are going to the restaurant without the children. Although the matter seems strange to Louise, she suppresses it for the sake of politeness. While ordering food, Louise reminds them again that she is a vegetarian but eats fish, because it doesn't have much of an effect on the environment. Patrick then makes a snide remark saying the fishing industry pollutes the sea and damages the environment. Seeing the conversation getting complicated, John changes the topic. After dinner, while under the influence of drinks, they see Karen and Patrick dancing and enjoying themselves. It felt like the intimacy between John and Louise was superficial. Everything felt fake, like they were putting on a show for others. Although they tried to dance once, Louise felt uncomfortable seeing them get so close. When it was time to pay the bill, John thought Patrick would pay since he invited them. But Patrick creates a situation where John has to pay the entire bill. On the way back, John and Louise felt the whole thing was strange. But no one wants to say anything directly. Then Patrick turns on loud music, and although Louise repeatedly asks him to turn it down, he doesn't listen. John also says nothing and silently endures it with a smile for the sake of politeness. When they get home, they see Agnes sleeping on the small bed on the floor while Abel is on the bed. Normally, when guests come to a house, this is surely not how you treat them. But everything they did felt strange and inappropriate. At night, while John and Louise are spending quality time, Agnes calls from outside the door. They hear her but ignore it and remain engaged in intimacy. Then John suddenly notices Patrick is secretly watching them, but he says nothing and leaves. When Louise wakes up in the middle of the night, she sees Agnes lying in Patrick's room, and Patrick is completely naked. Seeing this scene, Louise refuses to stay here for another moment. She quietly picks up Agnes and tells John, "I am leaving this house right now. Get ready." Accordingly, they leave with the car. Only Abel was watching them alone from the window. It seemed as if he wanted to say something with a hidden pain in his heart. After driving quite a distance, Agnes suddenly remembers she left her favorite doll, Ninus, at that house. Since she is a child, she starts throwing a tantrum. So John goes back to that house. Just think, how can a person be so foolish in this situation? Such people have the ability to walk into a trap not once, but repeatedly. When John goes into the house to get Ninus, Agnes sees the doll lying under the car seat. Louise goes inside to quickly call John. By then, everyone has woken up. The situation becomes even more absurd. What answer will they give, or why were they running away without telling anyone? Even after seeing everything, John remains completely silent, like he's lost his voice. And here, Patrick's questions continue one after another. John stammered and said Agnes isn't used to sleeping on a small floor bed. That's why we were leaving. Even after all this, seeing John not opening his mouth, Louise herself spoke up. "Listen, I'm a vegetarian, but despite that, you fed me meat every day. That day while returning from the restaurant, drink driving and loud music. Also, the way you were touching each other in front of us at the restaurant while drunk was not polite at all. That's why we were leaving." After hearing everything, Karen says we treated you like our own and forgot that you were a vegetarian. If you had said it once, I surely would have made separate food for you. But you didn't say anything. And our house isn't as big as yours. The space is also limited, so it wasn't possible for us to provide separate king-size beds for everyone. Agnes was allowed to sleep in this room so that Abel could bond with her, because he doesn't have many friends, plus he has the problem of not being able to speak. Also, getting close to your spouse after drinks is completely normal. It's more acceptable than boys and girls going to hotels, isn't it? Hearing this response, Louise said loudly, "Patrick was lying in an objectionable state with my daughter at night. What is wrong with you?" Karen counters by asking if her maternal instinct didn't wake up while she was intimate with John. "Did you not once think to see why your daughter was crying?" Since John and Louise had no answer to all this, Patrick spoke up. "Look, what is done cannot be fixed. You can leave whenever you want, but I can say for sure it would be very good if you stay for today." Finally, they agree to stay for the sake of politeness. During the day, while Patrick is taking John for a ride, he asks permission to turn on the radio. While listening to songs, John shares his heart. There are things in life that one doesn't like, yet one has to do them silently for the happiness of others. Patrick apologizes to John for last night and brings him to an empty spot to scream and lighten his heart. After that, the two spend a good time together at the house. During the day, while cooking a stew, Louise cuts her finger and asks Patrick to check it. He reveals that he is not a doctor and had lied that day. He just said it to get everyone's attention. Normally, he is unemployed and doesn't do any work. The two of them are surprised to hear this. They don't know what to say. One uncomfortable situation after another is coming. Meanwhile, she notices Karen is exerting too much authority over Agnes. How to set the table, how to eat. She wants to control everything as if she is Agnes's mother. When the matter becomes extreme, Louise finally has to speak up first, because John is busy maintaining politeness. After that, Abel and Agnes were supposed to perform a duo dance. Agnes did it well, but Abel couldn't do it at all. Despite trying 100 times, The poor boy couldn't do it like her. Patrick behaves rudely because of this and scolds Abel. Louise tells Agnes not to dance, but Abel must dance. This time too, the same thing happens. Poor Abel stands there crying. He can't say anything, and on the other side is the silence of Agnes's parents. John stammered and opposed this, but the things a man should do, Louise had to do. In the middle of the night, John hears Abel crying. After Patrick scolds him a few times, everything is quiet again. The silence of the night became deeper with time. Something feels off. When John wakes up, his sight goes to the open door of the barn house swaying in the wind. Entering there, he is surprised. He sees many suitcases, luggage, and bags lying around. Countless photos are attached to the wall, where in every photo with Patrick and Karen, there is a new couple and their child. However, after every photo, the previous children have changed. And here, the real mystery is revealed. Actually, Patrick and Karen are a psycho couple. Every year, they would meet a new couple while traveling and invite them to their house. Then they would kill them and keep the children, until they targeted a new couple and child. They used these children to invite new couples. After taking the children, their tongues were cut off so they couldn't tell anyone anything. Meaning Abel does not have congenital aglossia. Rather, his tongue was cut out. From the beginning, Abel wanted to warn them, starting from showing his tongue to John to intentionally sitting on the sliding ride. When he watched them from the window in the morning, his hope of survival probably ended too. John is stunned with fear after seeing everything, but he doesn't know that something even worse is waiting for him. John hears the sound of a tap in the nearby bathroom and enters. His body went cold. Abel is floating dead in the water. John thought of nothing else and immediately got into the car with Louise and Agnes. But the car is almost out of fuel, and Patrick did that. After going some distance, a black car overtakes them. It blocks the road and stands still. Seeing this, John drives off the main road onto a dirt track out of fear, and the car gets stuck. It's a dark, desolate area. The sound of the wind is whistling past their ears. John sees a light burning in a house far away. Leaving them in the car, he goes toward the house for help. It is seen that Patrick is sitting in that black car watching them. John returns disappointed after finding no one in the house. He sees no one in the car. It's empty. John is running like a madman on the empty road. There is no sign of his wife or child. John is screaming at the top of his lungs. Suddenly, Patrick's car comes and stops. "Hey brother, thank goodness you called. Otherwise I would have left. Louise and Agnes are with us. Come, get in the car." John is so broken in this situation that he doesn't have the courage to stand up against him. He quietly got into the car. Out of fear, he can't say anything to anyone. There is a hidden pain and fear of death in his heart. Patrick gets out once to urinate, but John doesn't have the courage to run away with the car. This moment clearly shows how helpless and worthless a man becomes when he fails his responsibilities. He's nothing more than a living corpse now. After the car stops, Muhajid is standing in front on the empty road. When John gathers courage to stand up once, Patrick punches him and breaks his nose. Louise understands what the situation is going to be, but before she can do anything, Karen cuts Agnes's tongue and hands her over to Muhajid. Then they drive John and Louise to a desolate place far away. During this entire journey, John sat silently. He has lost the ability to think or do anything. Finally, after stripping both of them naked and making them get out, the stone throwing began. After carrying out this inhuman torture for a while, their heads were crushed with heavy stones. Patrick and Karen have come for a summer vacation with Agnes. A series of fun and introductions to new people are going on, and their eyes are searching for their next victim. Although the entire focus was on these two couples, the real character was Abel, who, even after enduring everything silently, tried to save them and dreamed of setting himself free. But by the irony of fate, that ends forever. A strong masculinity is absolutely necessary for society and family. A man's strength, courage, and skill are capable of ensuring change and progress. A true man ensures the happiness, peace, and honor of his family. Also, A firm personality provides him the courage to say yes or no according to the situation. Remember, having a muscular body through exercise does not make one a man. Rather, having courage in the heart and standing up against injustice is the true symbol of masculinity. So if you liked the video, please like it and share it with your friends. And to see more videos like this, subscribe and stay with us.